Hi viewers, how are you? I am Dr. Jetling Yellow sir. As you well aware that I am running a YouTube channel called The Law Speeches, in which I am posting the different postings pertaining to the different subjects of law as well as the matters pertaining to the national and international importance. In this series of this, today I am posting an important issue which is burning, which is taking a lot of attention around the world, particularly in Asia. That is developments happening in the Myanmar or Burma. You know, the Burma is our neighboring country and very strategically important country, where in recent 2-3 months we have seen lot of upheavals are going on. The people are coming to streets and they are fighting for restoration of democracy in Burma. You know, the Burma has been changed to the Myanmar in 1989 by the military junta. Now it is officially called as a Myanmar. Before embarking in details of this the current crisis in Burma or Myanmar, I would like to focus upon its overall picture to understand in a proper perspectives. As you well aware that Myanmar is a Southeast Asian nation surrounded by one side India, China, Thailand, Laos and Bangladesh. It has a population of the 5.40 lakhs people, and the capital of Burma or Myanmar is Naypyidaw, which is one of the middle part of in Burma. And the currency of Myanmar is Myanmar Kyat. The Myanmar had this under the subjugation of the foreign ruler, the Britishers, up to 1948. Under the heroic battle of Aung San, it has gained the independence from the Britishers in 1948. As Burma is ranked as the 73rd richest country in the world as per the various rankings are concerned, and it has a lot of resources. Basically, its economy bases upon the agriculture. Rice is a mere predominant cultivation, timber, rubber, and which is under control of the private parties, whereas the government is controlling the heavy industries, oil and gas. You know, the Ian Brown, Michael Adas, the famous economist, they remarked that in pro-colonial period, the economy was subsistence economy. The majority of the people were depending upon the agriculture. Then out of the 60% of people, they had the rice is their major cultivation plants. So the same is continued even after the independence of Myanmar in 1948. As and today, if we go to statistical analysis of the Myanmar is concerned, 26% of people are under the poverty, and the literacy rate is around 93%, in which males they had the 97% of literacy, and the females they had the 87% of literacy. You know, the Myanmar is considered as the longest marriage to its population. The average marriage age is 27.5 years to the men and the 26.4 to the females. You know, Buddhism is a predominant religion in Myanmar. We could see the different pagodas are spread across the nation. And recently we had seen the uprising of Rohingya Muslims and the flooding of Rohingya Muslims from Myanmar to Bangladesh and also India. So ethnic cleansing also happened in some parts of the Myanmar. Though it is a tolerant country, no doubt about it, but there may be some sort of issues may are coming in that part of the globe. So, if you go to historical perspectives of the Myanmar is concerned, which is one of the very ancient country in the world, ruled by different dynasties, and the main dynasty was the Hmong dynasty, a Hmong kingdom, where it has started exporting its material to the outside of the world. You know, if you watching the international developments, since 2 months there was lot of tension is being prevailed in Myanmar because of the fact that the military has taken the governance, democratic governance, by coup d'etat, by ousting the Aung San Suu Kyi, the famous leader of the Myanmar, and she is also the daughter of its founder, father, General Aung San. You know, the Aung San Suu Kyi fought for restoration of democracy in Myanmar for years together, and in recognizing the services for the democracy, she was awarded of the Nobel Peace Prize in 1991. But after its independence, the Myanmar was under a cloud of under the Chinese governments from time to time, and the democracy was crushed in Myanmar. Much of the period was under the military coup or military juntas. And recently in 2020 also elections were conducted to the parliament or the assembly of Myanmar, in which Aung San Suu Kyi National Party has got a full majority, but the military under leadership of Min Aung Hlaing, who is a commander-in-chief of the armed forces in Myanmar, has captured the power and ousted the Miss Aung San Suu Kyi, who is one of the populous leader in not only in her country but also in the entire world. The reaction of the world is concerned. It is also not so. Initially, they are also not interested. World community is not interested in internal affairs of in Myanmar, but the days are going on, progressing. The military had unleashing and oppressing the people's movement in Myanmar. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, who have openly stated that the dismissal of the Aung San Suu Kyi government in Myanmar is nothing but a serious blow to democracy in the region. And the United States of America, United Kingdom, initially they had reluctant to interfere, but because of the pressures within their governments and also from the non-governmental organizations, they intervened and they are declared the military sanctions against the Myanmar's government. And the matter came before the Security Council of the United Nations organization to restore the democracy in China, to preserve the Myanmar, to restore the democracy in Myanmar. The Chinese, as they were indirectly controlling the military government, military rulers in Myanmar, they blocked the UN Security resolution and they have openly stated that the world should not interfere into the internal affairs of a specific country by citing the UN Charter. But that is, maybe UN Charter clearly prohibits the internal interference, but when things are going out, when the innocent people were suppressed, their aspirations were suppressed by military dictatorships and oppression and suppression is going on, there is violation of human rights are going on. Even at that, in this scenario, the World Forum, the United Nations should interfere to stop these kind of activities which is happening in Myanmar. So, the India also should take a stern action in convincing the world leaders that democracy is the only platform where peace can be restored in Myanmar. Because Myanmar is our immediate neighbor and also a strategic partner, and in between the Southeast Asia and in between us. So, the government of India should make a special efforts for restoration of the democracy in Myanmar. And as you know that the UN Charter also and the many human rights charters in the international level also speaks that the abuses of the human rights cannot be allowed to happen. As 16th President of the United States of America, Abraham Lincoln, has clearly stated that democracy, there in his words, democracy is the people, of the people and for the people. And democracy should flourish not only in his country but also around the world. So we could see that the military junta will come out and allow the Aung San Suu Kyi to take reback the power, because already there are around more than 200 people were perished in this protests. That should not be there in a Buddhist country, because Myanmar is considered as a land of Buddhism. Lord Buddha have preached the peace, coexistence of the communities. Love should be there, brotherhood should be there in between the people. So the rulers of the Myanmar should compile the teachings of Buddha and restore democracy in that country. Thank you for watching this lecture. If you feel it is a good, please share the lecture. And also I request all of you to join in my channel, The Law Speeches, where I am posting the matters pertaining to various laws, and also sometimes I am posting the national, international affairs in my channel. Thank you for watching. Thanks again.